let's go on to sewage and drainage. I know that's an issue. This was an issue you've been tackling since you were a council member.
Well, sewage and drainage, that's nothing new, Angel. We have been dealing with it for many, many years, but we have implemented one of the largest sewage and drainage budgets, over $100 million. And so with the $100 million, we're doing pipe bursting. We're doing so many things that had not been done before. And so, in time, I believe our sewage and drainage problem will be addressed with the $100 million budget.
And I know you've already addressed it, but as far as crime and juveniles, that's a big concern. As you brought it up, it's one of your biggest concerns.
It's one of my biggest concerns, but it's something as a municipality that, in the city, we have to get back down to the basics and get back to the parents. Parents are responsible for their children, and without parents being responsible for their children, it goes from the home to the school to the citizens being affected. And so I wish there was something we could do and we could intervene when they break the law. That is our responsibility. And we have a great police department that's effectively addressing that. But I would hope that we could really just get down to the basic roots of it and get back to parenting.
And what's an issue that you don't feel that even the citizens haven't brought up that's really dear to you or should be focused on, or you would like to draw attention to as mayor?
Well, one of the things that I would like to bring attention to is the EMS. The EMS had not been a problem until this election came up. Any way that we would have missed that many answers, that many calls, not only would it have been addressed prior to this election, but the state would have stepped in. And the fire department has 2 lawsuits against the city. And so and when I say the fire department, I mean Local 399. They have 2 lawsuits against the city of Beaumont. With that being said, things that could have been probably addressed and ironed out, we couldn't do those things because of the lawsuit. And we have made every attempt to correct a lot of problems, and a lot of things were corrected. But I would just like to say that hopefully all of this could be rectified.
As far as issues that come up on campaign, your opponent last week brought up travel. Your thoughts on that as far as when you're criticized for making these travel trips?
Well, there is not a mayor before me or after me that has not ever traveled to the U.S. Conference of Mayors. As a matter of fact, Ken Ritter declared Beaumont the football capital of the world on the floor at the U.S. Conference of Mayors. I advocate for my city, and the trip that has been mostly talked about is the African American Mayors Conference. Being a newly elected African American mayor, I was excited to go. Not only that, Mayor Turner was the president when I was elected. He highly encouraged me to attend, and I'm so glad I did, because in attending that conference, I was able to bring back, in negotiations, one of the largest grants that the Port of Beaumont has ever received, which was $26.4 million. So I think that's a great return on a small investment.
And a final note, I recently did a story and you brought up the school district and this on that place of South 8th Street in Corley where I think it's Felt Price. The parents there worry that they want more sidewalks. And this is an issue nationwide. What do you feel about, is there a possibility, is the city working on sidewalks for near school zones? Is that a plan you would like to see more of?
Well, this is something that I spoke about as a ward council with the late great Get Right. We advocated for sidewalks. It started out with Ozan. Now the school is Beaumont United. So it's not just to address one school. I believe all schools across the entire city need sidewalks because it's dangerous. And a lot of times you're talking about some kids that are 5 and 6 years old that's walking home. So unfortunately, number one, it's a safety issue, and it's something between the school district and the city that we must work out because of the safety. We have 700, I call them our little citizens. We have over 700 citizens and students in the BISD school district. And so it's not only the responsibility of the school district, it's the responsibility of the city also. And we have to come together to make a mandate to get that done.